Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So today we are going to do the Rajasthan Royals live squad SWOT analysis. That's actually the last team that we are doing. We've covered all the other nine teams, and yeah, I think a lot of you guys were engaged in it, especially in the comment section. So thank you so much for viewing the previous videos that we've covered. So today is the final team, and I think the most exciting as well. We're going to cover Rajasthan Royals. So we have two Rajasthan Royals Super Royal fans joining us. So we have Sanchit, who's joining us, who's all part of the RR Super Royal family, and he's a host of the Third Man Cricket Show as well. So welcome, Sanchit. It's been a long time, but it's great having you back on the Sports Breakdown.
Definitely. Thanks for having me again, Pavan. I mean, yeah, it's been almost an year since I've been on the sports breakdown, and it's that time of the year. I mean, IPL is approaching. We all the fans are getting into the groove. I mean, we can hardly count the days now. Like hardly 4 days to go, and we can already see the buzz all around the country. Not just country, I think all around the world. Since IPL is now such a big thing to foster. So really excited to talk about RR in this episode.
Yes. And we have Nikunj also joining us since unfortunately Jaideep wasn't available, but we got Nikunj joining us for the first time. He's also part of the RR Super Royal family, and he's also a RR fan since a long time. So, how are you doing, Nikunj? It's great having you. And on such short notice, I'm thanking you so much for accepting the invite and somehow joining along today.
Yeah, Pawan, I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me. Actually, it's a great opportunity. And as Sanchit said, as IPL is coming so close, not even a week left. So, it's all excitement all around. And why not spending an half an hour just talking about Rajasthan Royals, the team which we love from many years. So, yes.
Yes. And also we've got the other fan in as well. So we have Velu joining us. Velu, can you hear me? Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Velu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. So we've got Velu also along us, a third Rajasthan Royals fan, and I know him as a friend as well. So welcome Velu also for joining. So let's start with the serious stuff. So let's start about Sandeep Sharma actually replacing Prasidh Krishna, because we'll come to Sanchit about this, because as we know, Sandeep Sharma was used as a net bowler, but and they saw how he was bowling in the nets. But ultimately, it's unfortunate that Prasidh Krishna is missing IPL 2023, because he had, I think, the best ball percentage. He did really well in IPL 2022. But Sandeep Sharma comes with experience, and I thought he may go to MI, but luckily, I think Rajasthan Royals took at the right opportunity and somehow got in Sandeep Sharma, who's a veteran in IPL. So, your thoughts about that, Sanchit?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic move. I think Sandeep Sharma is already a big name in the IPL, and his record speaks for itself. I remember seeing one stat where he was compared with Jasprit Bumrah, and his stats actually matched the like of Jasprit Bumrah, especially in the power play and in death overs. So it's a really great signing to have. It's unfortunate that we have to lose out on Skiddy. I mean, he was fantastic for us in that last season. It was a dream season for us, and we can all talk about Josh Butler's heroics, Yuzi Chal with the ball, but very few will talk about what Prasidh Krishna did for us in that season. Very underrated. So he's definitely going to be a miss, especially in the power play. So it's good to have someone like Sandeep Sharma in the power play. I'm not sure how many matches he'll be getting regularly, since we also have someone like a Kuldeep Sen who is raring to go and play all the 14 matches in the league. So it's going to be a really interesting selection call to make, whether you fit both Sandeep and Kuldeep in the same 11 or you go with either one. So, but yeah, but till the first match, I think I'm really happy with the experience of Sandeep Sharma in the squad.
Already we are getting comments on Sanchit as well. Shrintiya says, amazing Sanchit. Yes. All right. Nikunj, your thoughts about the addition of Sandeep Sharma, because until they confirm Rajasthan Royals, we couldn't exactly say whether Sandeep Sharma will be part of the RR family, but he is now. So, your thoughts about the addition of Sandeep? Unfortunately, Prasidh Krishna, the leading pace bowler, I would feel after Trent Bolt, the main Indian pace bowler is missing, but still, I think Sandeep Sharma is a good addition as well.
Yeah, Pawan. So actually, I invested very heavily in Prasidh Krishna. Like 10 crore is a big amount. But yeah, missing him out is a bit unfortunate thing. But yes, we have got a good replacement named Sandeep Sharma. Now, what he brings is experience, and also he can be a good partner with Trent Bolt in initial few overs. Now, saying this impact player thing, I see somewhere Rajasthan Royals using Sandeep Sharma on green pitches where swing will be there. So we can even ask Sandeep Sharma to bowl 3 to 4 hours initially, and just replace him with some all rounder. So yeah, he's a good asset for the team, and this is smart move by Rajasthan Royals management. Now you can see RR management making some bold moves. This is
Hmm.
not a RR team like 3 to 4 years back. We were just called as an underdog. This is a management which is doing some hard work in background
Hmm.
and listening to fans.
Agree. All right, let's come to the auctions and let's get into Velu first of all. So Velu, as we know in the auctions, when we saw the IPL 2023 auctions, we saw RR going full blaze over Harry Brook, and they went 13 crores itself. They went over their purse. Was, I think they wanted Harry Brook, but SRH got him. Do you think that was a tactical move by Rajasthan Royals? So do you see it otherwise? Your thoughts, especially them approaching Harry Brook, and ultimately SRH did have the higher purse, so they got him. So do you think that was a tactical move by RR to go and try to make SRH buy him for that price? Yes.
Hello. Hello. Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yes. Yes. Did you hear my question?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. Um, my thoughts about that RR going for Harry Brook is that they considered that impact player rule. So they can play some three foreign specialist batsmen and could replace one of them with an Indian bowler. Um, if they were batting first, they could probably start with three foreign batsmen and could replace one of either Brook or Headmeyer with some Indian bowlers like M. Ashwin, or either they could go with Kuldeep Sen or Navdeep Saini, either one of them as a pacer. So uh, it's a bit unfortunate that we didn't get Harry Brook, but on his place we have Jason Holder now, which just kept the core right, and his be like a connecting plane between the batsmen and the bowlers.
Sanchit, your thoughts as well. Farah going, I mean, trying to target on Harry Brook, but unfortunately they didn't have the purse. But you think that was a tactical move by RR, or actually they wanted Harry Brook?
Like I personally think that up to the amount of 5-6 crores, it was fine to go for Harry Brooks. Maybe someone, maybe a good replacement in the top order. I think he would have been a fantastic addition. But when it got past 7 to 8 crores, I think almost all of the RR fans, I think Nikunj had a talk with Nikunj and the other super royals on the group. We were really slightly worried. What if we got him for about 10 to 11 crores? That would have meant the end for us in the auction. We couldn't have gotten our targets. We really needed someone, a bowling all rounder. When after that we got Jason Oldham, so it could have went haywire pretty quickly. So thankfully it worked out for us in the end. But yeah, I think Harry Brook is a fantastic addition to SRH, but he wasn't really the pick of the auction for us at that moment, and it's okay that we didn't get him. But hopefully he has a good season for SRH.
All right. Let's go on to the buys actually in the auction. So actually, Rajasthan Royals managed to get Jason Holder for 5.75, Donovan Ferraria, Kunal Rathore, Adam Zampa, KM Asif, Murugan Ashwin, Akash Washit, Abdul PA, and Joe Root. I'm talking about Jason Holder's addition. That was the area that actually Rajasthan Royals needed to address, because I mean that number 7 spot was where Rajasthan Royals were struggling last season, Nikunj. So, your thoughts about that?
So, considering this impact player thing, this is a very good move. Actually, to be frank, I thought our playing 11 is finalized. This auction was just to take our backups, because I am in favor to give someone like Obed McCoy 4 hours rather than Jason Holder, just because our death bowling is not so strong. Considering Trent Bolt bowls his 4 overs up front. So, but when this impact player thing came, and if we can somehow manage and play around Jason Holder, this is a good move, because he can bat well, he can bowl well. So yeah, this we covered our bases well in this auction, and also excited to see Donovan, because he can come at any place 3, 4, 5, and hit those long sixes. So yeah, good good picks. We had very limited budget and we had very limited players to buy, but yeah, this is a good auction to be fair.
All right. Velu, your thoughts, especially of getting Murugan Ashwin, because I think they already have Chahal and Ashwin, but they've gotten a third spinner in Murugan Ashwin. I mean, certain teams don't even have one proper spinner. I mean, one quality spinner, I would feel, but RR have got three perhaps, and then Adam Zampa as well, overseas spinner. So, your thoughts about RR's approach towards both these spinners?
I think Emma Ashwin's addition is a fantastic addition, and uh, he might be used as an impact player as well. So when we are playing at Jaipur, so it will be a when it will be a spin friendly track. So they could even start with M Ashwin, and if they were bowling first, and could get some other batsman for him in the second half. So on going with M Ashwin, who has a terrific record in the TNPLs happening here in Tamil Nadu. So and his first class record is also good compared to the other leggies present. So his addition is, according to me, it's somewhat a great addition. And Adam Zampas, I think so. They just went in for an overseas spinner because of the fact that if he's needed in the later parts of the game where the pitches will get slow all over the world, all over India, where in every venues, so he'll be useful there. They might rest Jason Holder for a game and could bring in Leggy in there, or they might even rest Trent Bolt for a game, and they could bring in a Leggy, and they could even play Indian pacer in place of one of the foreign pacers.
All right. Sanchit, your thoughts, especially of getting Joe Root, because Joe Root hasn't played any IPL before, and he was bought by RR for 1 crore. Do you think that was just to help Joe Root? I mean, to prepare for upcoming 2020 matches, or even the Ashes coming up, just for practice? Or do you think Joe Root has a role to play in RR, especially towards the latter end? Because we saw in the IL 2020 also, he did perform quite okay for Dubai Capitals opening, especially. But what's the role in buying Joe Root for RR?
I think it's a very interesting buy. As we all know that he wasn't really a priority pick for Rajasthan Royals, and by the time Joe Root came into the auction, we pretty much had our target sorted. We got who we wanted, so it was just about filling the players, and we had money in the bank. So I think getting someone like a Joe Root, a world class player in the side, really helps to just keep up the morale, and also help the fan base also talk more about such players. So I think this was more like a fan favorite pick from the team. But when you talk about the performances, also I think Joe Root can have a role to play. I mean, I remember having the conversation about Joe Root being such a versatile player back in 2016 World Cup. If you remember the kind of an innings that he played at the top of the order, I think he was the best player for England in that tournament when they made the finals. And also with the ball, let's not forget he can contribute getting quick power play wickets. We saw what he did against West Indies in the final of 2016. Yes, it is 7 years ago, but Joe Root really has it in him to actually perform well. Maybe if we can deploy him in that middle order in tracks like maybe Chepauk, when things start getting interesting and the pitches start getting slow, who knows, he can be our X factor. But with the impact player rule coming in, and with two playing 11 potentially after winning the toss, batting first, bowling first, who knows, Joe Root may have a role to play in the season for us.
I agree. Srinithya also says Joe Root is definitely a great addition. Yeah, I totally agree. Unfortunate to see Steve Smith in the commentary box. I would like to see, especially Steve Smith getting IPL team. But it's good to see the Fab Four contributing in some way in the IPL this time for the first time in a long time. So that's great to see the Fab Four at least contributing some way. So let's get into Nikunj. Your thoughts, especially about Devdutt Padikkal, because we know last season that Devdutt Padikkal batted at number 4, and that was not the suited place. I mean, usually we know Devdutt Padikkal opening and scoring 50s and 100s for RCB, but when he came to RR, he had a different role. Do you think this season also will they stick with Padikkal batting at number 4? Do you think there are other options now? Seeing how the auction buys have been for Rajasthan in this IPL auction, do you think they will probably replace Padikkal, or do you see Padikkal still continuing at number 4? Your thoughts, Nikunj?
Actually, a good question, Pavan, up here, because when Padikkal was bought in 2022 auctions in Feb, there was a big question mark that this much amount to a middle to a opener when we already have Josh Butler and Jaiswal. But to be frank, Padikkal adjusted himself very well. In last season, he played some crucial roles, and as our batting lineup was suitable enough, and Hetmar was in form, and Rian Parag was hitting was okay. So like we managed somehow. But this year it becomes very important for Padikkal to fire. He needs to play as an aggressive role at 4 or 3 maybe. So what happens here is if we are getting a good opening partnership, then it becomes important for Padikkal to continue that momentum. But when we are losing an early wicket, then we have an opener like Padikkal to come in and play as a opener and settle the innings when Sanju comes and try play his shots. So yeah, it is a tough question still, a question mark like will Padikkal be suited for 4? Maybe Rihan Parag can play at 4, but this all are question marks. We never know what happens because I personally doubt Rihan Parag rotating strike at 4. So I don't know. I haven't seen him rotating strike, pacing a innings and then hitting up in the end. So it's bit dicey to comment as of now. But yeah, our best playing 11 will be when Padikkal plays at 3.
Hmm. We'll come to Sanchit as well about that. Sujay here says, in my opinion about Padikal, RR could try promoting him at 3 at least. But since they already have a good combination, I don't think they will do any changes with him. Your thoughts about that, Sanchit?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting take on Padikkal. I mean, this conversation was happening even in the last season about what is the role of Padikkal. Is he an opener? Is he a backup opener? Is he your answer to that number 3 spot? But unfortunately, last season it didn't really do well for him. I think he played as a number 3 and then he was pushed down to number 4 in some matches and then he was dropped. He then opened for a couple of matches, so he didn't really have a fixed position in the side. So it didn't really help him either. And similar is the case with Riyan Parag. So I think I'm not really sure what is the ideal position for him yet. I think he will start in the first game against SRH. I pretty much expect this 95% of the similar players who played in the final last year at Motera to play against SRH, except the ones who are injured, of course. So I expect Padikkal to start off the tournament, and hopefully he gets off with a good start because he really requires it. I think he's that kind of a player. When confidence is along with him, then he can really do wonders. We saw what he did with RCB a few years ago. So hopefully it works out well for him. But if Padikkal is playing, I would rather have him in the top 3. Number 4 is not an ideal position for him, I feel. I think Sanju should play at number 4 if Padikkal is playing. And Parag, yes, we all know that we want him to bat higher up the order. But if Padikkal is then
Yes.
Parag can't bat higher than number 5. So that is the 11 which RR might go with against SRH.
Hmm. The direct hit here says, play Hetmai at 4, reap rewards gun stats for Guyana, Amazon, CPL. Do you agree with this, Velu? Coming to you. Hetmai at number
Uh,
4.
I think I don't play Admire at number 4. He was sort of a finisher, so he should come in at 5 or 6. So if you want to promote Parag, so play Padikkal at 3, Samson at 4, and Parag at 5, um, and play Hetmire at 6 and Holder to follow on. So that might be a good option, but I don't think that will happen. I think they'll stick to the last year's lineup. So they'll play Padikkal at 3 and Samson at 4. I think that might change. And Hetmeyer will come at 5, uh, Parag at 6, and Holder to follow on at 7.
Hmm. Rohit here says, Sanju as a finisher. Nikunj, coming to you, we saw Sanju playing at number 6, I think, especially at ODIs. I think he does play at number 6,
Yeah.
especially in the South Africa series. But I'm not sure whether 2020s he has the capabilities of playing as a finisher. Your thoughts? I mean, he is a proper number 3 batsman, I would feel, Sanju Samson, seeing for the past 7 or 8 years, his innings, especially his hundreds, have come at number 3 or number 4. So, your thoughts about that?
So Sanju as a finisher, even number 4 play a position plays as a finisher in T20s.
Hmm.
So I will prefer him at coming 4. player, like maybe number 4 comes around 11, 12 over, then he is having 2 to 3 overs to settle down, play some good shots, and then finish, then play as a finisher role in last 16 to 20 overs. So yes, Sanju can play that role at number 4 for Rajasthan Royals, and for India, he can also keep his stake by even playing at 4. That yeah, I can play that finisher role also, and he can get that number 5 or 6 in Indian team. So not changes much, to be frank. But yeah, he I don't think we will see him playing at top 3 because of that particular thing.
Mm. Abhinav here says, Padikal at number 3, agree with opinion of Nikunj. Very good insight about Rian. Yes, and as we come about Rian, Sanchit, coming back to you, do you think this will be the breakthrough season for Parag? Because seeing how he's performing in domestic cricket right now, I'm really impressed about this kid. He definitely has a future. Even Sangakkara praised him a lot and backed him despite him having failures. He backed him continuously, made him play every match, and now he's performing well in domestic cricket as well. Do we see this as the breakthrough year for Rian Parag? Because he has so much talent, but hopefully he can perform in the IPL because he just doesn't step up when it comes to the IPL at times.
Definitely, I think every RR fan, majority of the RR fans do believe that this can be a breakthrough year for Ian. I think he has already shown what he's capable of in the domestic season. And the difference there and what it is with RR is that he has a fixed role. He has a clear role of what is to be done when he's batting at number 4 for Assam. You saw what he did in all the formats, not just the T20. I think he played a blinder in Test. I think he played
Yes.
blinder in the 50 over
Yeah, yeah,
format
yeah.
as well. So he has the ability in him to actually do wonders for himself in not just T20 but all the formats. So it can really be a breakthrough year for him. The only thing for Rajasthan Royals is to finally give him that clear role that this is to be done. You are our number 4 or number 5 batter. No matter what happens, we are not going to move you from this position. We are going to give you all the 14 games. You do what you do the best. So this kind of backing is really required for Riyan Parag. We saw last year also he was played at number 5. He was played as a finisher. Finisher is not really his ideal role. You have someone like a Shimron Hetmeyer in your side, and now you also have someone like a Jason Holder. So I
Yes.
think us experimenting too much with the batting order last year with Ashwin at number 3,
Mm.
Shimron Hetmeyer as a finisher. So that really damaged Riyan Parag's position also in the team. So I feel that we should have a stable 11 this time around for majority of the season, and Riyan is going to do wonders. So I do believe that it is going to be a breakthrough season for him, not just with the bat. I'm expecting him to roll his arm also in some of the
Yeah.
pitches.
Yeah. All right. And coming to Nikunj once again, obviously I
Yes.
think Josh Butler had the breakthrough season last time, scoring the orange. He got the orange cap as well, scoring 800 runs as well. He was just brilliant last season, but we cannot expect that from Josh Butler this season. But do you think with his form this season also he could produce a similar role like last year? How do you see Josh Butler playing? Because I mean, Josh Butler is coming in brilliant form. They're now the world champions as well. England, he's in terrific form also coming into this year. So, I mean, last year definitely was his breakthrough season. I mean, scoring 800 or 850 runs. And that's where I think RR mainly got to the finals, him scoring
Yes.
3 or 4 hundreds. So, your thoughts about Josh Butler?
See, it was fantastic season. To be frank, Josh Butler was our key player, and he was making us win matches from nowhere. Now, I'm personally not a big fan of a player like team depending on a single player.
Yes.
I If Josh Butler was 80, then Jaiswal Padikkal were 20 last season. But this time, one good thing what has happened is Jaiswal has performed exceptionally well in domestic. So
Hmm.
it's okay even Josh Butler is failing in few matches and Jaiswal is taking up that role because we all know what he is capable of. Because
Yes.
Jaiswal is a fantastic player who can even steady the innings and even play till 15, 16 overs, and he
Yeah.
can play at good strike rate. So I'm
Yes.
expecting very much from Jaiswal this season, and I am. It's okay even Josh Butler fails for a match or two because we cannot expect him again to score those 800 runs. So it's good for us, and best thing is that Jaiswal and someone like Riyan Parag are in good form. So
Hmm.
expecting them to be our key players rather than talking about Joss and Hetmeyer.
Yeah, I agree. Come to the comment sections a bit and let's get in Velu in. So Sujay has asked, what would be your ideal spin attack for RR this season? Since Zampa is included as well, would you drop Chahal?
I don't think so. He's the purple cap holder from last year, so nobody want to drop Chahal, a player kind of his caliber. Nobody wants to drop him. So I think Chahal and Ashwin will surely play, and if needed, the third spinner must be uh, Murugan Ashwin, and if needed, they could add in Akash Vashist. I think he will spin.
Hmm. Yes, I think he plays in the middle order also. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
maybe it could be a
his numbers were too good in first class cricket, and he's playing at some 150 strike rate.
yes. Sanchit, thoughts about Akash Bashit, because I think he's been doing well in domestic, and there's a lot of suggestions that he can bat in the middle order as well at number 6 or number 7. He was addition in the IPL 2023 auctions from for RR. So your thoughts about this player? Do you think he'll play a role this time for RR?
I think yes, during the auctions when we got him for I think we got him for a base price of 20 lakhs if I'm not wrong. So I remember having this conversation on social media as well, how important this can be, because RR has always been a side which actually backed unknown talents ever since 2011 and 12 Rahul Dravid days. So it's really good to have that trend continuing. And I'm not really sure what kind of role Akash can play for us this season, because we already have good amount of players who can play in that role. But maybe if, let's say, Riyan Parag experiment doesn't work for in the longer run, then Akash can come in. But I really don't want that to be happening. I'm someone who believes that Parag should be given all 14 matches, irrespective of however it is going, but at a stable position. But
Yes,
so unless an injury happens, of course, I don't see Akash playing more than one game in the side. But it's always good to have options. I think he's a fantastic talent, and being with the likes of Joe Root, Josh Butler, Sanju Samson, Trent Bolt, I think this experience will really help any kind of a player, be it a youngster or be it a senior player. So it's really good that we have him, and hopefully develops into a better player in the years to come.
I agree. Coming to Nikunj, let's talk about Samson's captaincy, because from IPL 2021 they came all the way to the finals, and I think the coaching staff also should be given a lot of credit, especially Sangakkara, for backing Sanju Samson, and the way that RR somehow came back from being last to going all the way to the finals with that squad last season. Obviously, I think RR had one of the best IPL mega auctions I would feel ever. I would feel in that IPL 2022. So your thoughts about Sanju Samson's captaincy, especially he's been a brilliant captain. He has led this team for a few years now, and hopefully RR can obviously get that trophy this year with the squad that they have. But your thoughts, Nikunj?
Actually, I would like to make a comment which I don't think how you all guys will take, but Sanju Samsung's captaincy reminds me of Dhoni's captaincy, because not only the reason why he is a wicket keeper, but also where he is very calm behind the wickets whenever he's taking any decision. You won't see any anger or frustration or confusionness on Sanju's face, even on current situations. He is definitely having great backing of Sangakkara, and what I feel, they have all the plans covered before the match itself. You won't see Sangakkara getting furious during middle matches, pointing out ye karo wo karo. So these teams look very compact, composed. They have some great players like Ashwin, Chahal, who are always supporting Sanju. But Sanju Samson's captaincy ability is something which I don't know when will India realize and utilize it. But yes, he's a jam kind. He's a jam player.
Hmm. Agree. Coming to Sanchit, as you know, I'm a Sri Lankan as well, but I need to speak about Sangakkara's contributions, obviously, to Rajasthan, because he's the director of cricket, plus he's the head coach of Rajasthan. And last year they got in Lasit Maling as well as the fast bowling coach as well. He obviously groomed Prashid Krishna, Navdeep Saini, Trent Bolt even learnt a lot. So your thoughts, especially Sangakkara's contributions to RR, because the way that they came from last to the finals. I mean, Sangakkara was part of both those campaigns in the previous two seasons. So, do you think that Sangakkara has actually elevated RR, because RR was sort of like a mid-table team? I think they went to the playoffs a few seasons, especially 2013-14. They did go to the playoffs, but what exactly has Sangakkara has actually, envisioned this RR team into a winning team, actually, especially last season?
I think there is a very famous phrase that I really would love to answer, and it is a very famous phrase followed in football. trust the process. I think all the Arsenal fans will know about this phrase and what Mikel Arteta is doing with Arsenal. I think that is exactly what Sangakkara has been doing with Rajasthan Royals ever since he came in 2021. In that Rajasthan Royals side, which finished last, which finished second to last, seventh. These were the position that we had after 2018. 2018 was the last time before last year when we made the playoffs. So that was the side where Sangakkara took over. So the biggest change that he brought into our side was bringing a sense of calmness into the dressing room. As Nikunj was going about how Sanju operates as a captain, bringing a sense of calmness on the field, I would say that Sangakkara brings a sense of calmness off the field as well. Because you see all those videos that are posted after the match, whether we win or whether we lose, the tone of Sangakkara remained always the same, and that really actually helps in the longer run for the security of the players, for the security of younger players who are there in the squad as well. So you don't really get intimidated by playing with the likes of Josh Butler, playing with the likes of Yuzvendra Chahal, playing with the likes of Trent Bolt. So even someone like a Josh Butler, a World Cup winning captain, doesn't feel insecure by playing under the likes of
Good
Sanju
point.
Samson. So that is a sense of team bondness that Sangakkara has brought ever since he came in 2021. And then Malinga actually was the icing on the cake. You saw the difference in our bowling attack, the kind of intensity our pace bowlers bowled with last season. I think it was phenomenal. Especially the first game onwards against SRH we played at Pune. The kind of spell Prasidh Krishna bowled, the kind of spell Kuldeep Sen bowled against RCB, defending a mere total of 140 in that Pune ground. I think Malinga, I think he's really an amazing player, and I think all the Sri Lankans love this duo. So we are glad that we have this duo with us at Rajasthan Royals, and this will really help us a lot. We were just one step away from glory last year, but hopefully in the years to come we can really get that trophy under these two.
Yes. Let's get into Avinav's comment here and let's get Nikunj to answer that. So, according to Super Royals, which four overseas players are making their way in playing 11 at the beginning of the tournament? Let's get all three to answer. Let's get into Nikunj first.
Good question. See, but obvious it's Josh Butler, Shimon Hetmeyer, Trent Bolt. Now, fourth overseas player for me has to be but Obed McCoy. I want that him to be included, and we will see later on if Jason Holder can be included. But yes, I will begin with Obed McCoy.
Velu, what about you? Who are going to be your four overseas
Uh,
players?
I slightly disagree with Nikunj that I'll open with Jason Holder and the other three will be same. In fact, I'll like to use the impact player role here so that they might start with Butler, Holder, and Trent Bolt. Um, Left out Hetty over there while they are bowling first, so they could add up another bowler. And while batting in the second half, they might include Hetty in his place in number 5 or number 6 and make a Indian bowler sit out. So that is a possibility.
Hmm. Sanchit, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with what Velu had to say. I would also start off with someone like a Jason Holder. Not because I think Obed was fantastic for us in the second half of the season, but I just feel somewhere match fitness might come into play. He just came after missing out a majority of cricket also. So you don't really know what would you expect from Obed McCoy, who didn't really play much cricket in the recent few years. So recent few months for that matter. So I would start with the experience of Jason Holder. I think he would really do well in Hyderabad. I think the wicket kind of suits him, and he has also played for Hyderabad for a couple of years as well. So I would go with Jason Holder, but I agree with what Velu had to say. I think batting first, bowling first, kind of the rule change that has been brought in this year onwards. I think that will play a major part on the four overs. I wouldn't be even be surprised if we go in with just three overseas player
Yes.
at this time, just to fit in that impact player role. So it can be a very interesting one, but these are the four players I would personally go with actually.
Yeah. Avinav here says Kumar Sangakkara, one of the sharpest cricketing brain, very good at team management. Agree with Sanchit. Yes, I agree with him as well. Sujay here says, let's go to Velu once again. Any other player to watch out for than the ones who would be in the main playing 11? Your thoughts?
I think Akash versus is one, and Navdeep Saini might come in good in the season, I believe.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They were the two players came into my mind. And if possible, if Joe Root could be included in the 11, he has a definite role to play. Um, he could hold up the innings where if he lost early wickets, he could hold up the innings to until 15th to 16th over, and then the finishers take from there. I think that's it.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the pitch conditions and especially the grounds. I think RR and PBKs are the only two teams to use two grounds. I think coming to Nikunj, I think RR are playing two matches at Guwahati, I think, and then the other five at Jaipur. So your thoughts how these two grounds actually differ, and perhaps what would be the main advantage do you see with both these grounds for RR, especially seeing the RR squad also this time around?
See, talking about Jaipur pitch, what I remember, it used to be pace-friendly pitch, so it used to support fast bowlers. I'm not sure about recent stats on this, but yeah, if it is supporting fast bowlers, then we do have some good bowlers like Trent Bolt, Sandeep Sharma, Kuldeep Singh to pitch in. And talking about Guwahati, again, I have not checked the stats of recent matches, but yeah, I feel those two matches will be high scoring. Maybe something like Sharjah when we were playing in Dubai. So these two matches uh, in Guwahati will be high scoring matches, a small ground, and it will be better. So yes, this is my take on pitches.
All right. Let's come to the strengths and weaknesses of the RR squad. So let's come to Sanchit. What do you think is the main strength for this Rajasthan Royals team right now, seeing the playing 11 and seeing how they performed last year as well, according to you?
I think I'll talk about two strengths, to be very honest. I think the batting order, firstly, has to be one of the biggest strengths. You see the likes of the players that we have, especially in the top order. It's full of batting prowess, to be very honest. And we saw what they did last year. And this year, we actually got even better with the likes of backups that we have in this squad. So I think batting will really be our biggest strength going into the season, along with squad depth. I think that is what we lacked last season. If you look at our squad last season, yes, UZ and Ashwin had a brilliant IPL, but we were just one injury away to Ashwin or UZ from just completely derailing our season. But this year, thankfully, we have got good quality backups in spin department as well, with the likes of Adam Zampa, KC Karyappa, who has been there for quite a while. Murugan Ashwin is also brought in from Mumbai Indians. So pretty much from spin department, I think we have been pretty much doing well. So these are our strengths: squad depth and batting. Talking about our weakness, I think it is still that middle order. I feel, yes, we talk a lot about Riyan Parag stepping up, but it is still a matter of if, and it is not a matter of a possibility. So a lot rides on Riyan Parag's season, who can actually drive that middle order to safety. So still, I think middle order is a little bit of a vulnerable thing for Rajasthan Royals, and hopefully we don't get to see more of Ashwin experiment happening this year onward, just to fit in. Just to strengthen that middle order by pushing down the top order players. So hopefully middle order steps up, but that is still our weakness. Opportunities, I think it lies with our bowling order, bowling department. I think the pacers that we have, the Indian pacers, I think they really can do wonders. I think Sandeep Sharma, who has recently been signed, I'm not sure how many matches that he would play.
Hmm.
Maybe in the likes of Wankhede, where you get initial swing bowling first. So, or maybe if we are bowling first in some of the matches, then Sandeep Sharma might play a bigger role. But in the Indian pace bowling attack that we have, Navdeep Saini, Sandeep Sharma, and Kuldeep Sen, for that matter, even Kuldeep Yadav is there if
Yeah.
he's required. So I think that is the biggest opportunity that we have. We still haven't seen the best of the Indian bowlers for Rajasthan Royals yet, but
Hmm.
it can be a breakthrough season for them as well. Threats wise, I think it has to do with Josh Butler's form at the top of the order. Yes, he had a brilliant season for us at the top, and we do have good players at the top of the order. But if Josh Butler doesn't really fire for us at the top like what he did last year, I think it may really build a lot of pressure for the likes of Sanju Samson, who's coming in at number 3 and number 4. We really want to see Sanju coming in after a good start majority of the time. So Jaiswal played the way he played freely last year because of what Josh Butler did last season. He took his time in the power play, then he went bang bang after power play. So
Hmm.
we really want Josh Butler to stay and play as much as balls as possible. So that is still our threat. I think if Josh Butler goes out early, then the batting order might get a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah, I think that's where I think Sanju Samson will have to step up mostly, and I think the middle order of RR as well, especially Hetmaya as well. So let's see. So Hirikesh here says big fan of Sanchit and Nikunj. Yes. Abhinav, coming to him, he has said personally looking at the luxury we have in our bowling department, current form of Sandeep Sharma, I doubt on his place in playing 11. Do you agree with this, Velu, of this comment by Abhinav?
Uh, I actually don't know about his current form, Sandeep Sharma's current form, but I think the management will start with Kuldeep Sen to give the gift to back him. He played for a season, so I think they'll start with him. If he doesn't go good, then they might bring in Sandeep Sharma, as they have already Trent Bolt in the 11, who's primarily a bowler in the power play, and Ashwin even could bowl in the power play. So
Hmm.
there's not enough Sandeep Sharma can provide to this team. If he was given a chance and he was going good, and if Trent Bolt could uh, go back to his form in the death, he could
Yeah.
bowl more in the death, then Sandeep Sharma has a bigger role in the team.
Completely agree with you. And talking about Trent Bolt, coming to Nikunj, I think Trent Bolt was brilliant. I think especially in the power play, and we know his brilliance with MI as well. New Zealand also in the power play, especially in the 2020 World Cup. He's really really little with his power play bowling, but when it comes to depth only, I think that's what also Velu pointed out. That's sort of a weakness that he has. But I think Trent Bowler is a remarkable bowler overall. So your thoughts, especially of the overseas bowlers, that fast bowlers that Rajasthan have, especially with Trent Bolt, with the way that he bowled last season. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah. So to be frank, we lack some backups in fast bowling in foreign fast bowling. Trent Bolt is our very key bowler, and if he gets injured, like Sanchit was mentioning, we are just an injury away. So if Trent Bolt is injured, then we don't know who will do that bowling. So we have bases covered this time. Sandeep Sharma is there, but yes, he plays a key role. And I remember he was completing his bowling quota in 12 to 13 overs itself last year in last few matches, because we had Obe then Kuldeep Sen to bowl in that. But this time maybe Sangakkara and management will ask him to be ready to bowl some over or two at that also, because we expect him to do this time around.
Yes. Rohit here says, we miss Chetan Sakaria. Yeah, I think it is a big miss, but yeah, I think still they do have, I think, cover ups. I think the fast bowlers that they have right now, I feel even they do have left arm bowlers with Obed McCoy. Yeah, but yeah, and Trent Bolt as well. So I don't know if they miss Chetan that much, but yeah, I mean, Chetan Sakaria was still a key player for RR before that mega auction, unfortunately, what happened. So let's talk about the schedule for Rajasthan Royals. So I think they have their first match against SRH. And coming to Sanchit, this match, I think it's away, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's at home. Yeah, it is a away match. So they do play SRH twice, Punjab Kings twice, CSK twice, GT twice, and RCB twice. And then they have home games against DC, MI, and away matches against Lucknow and KKR. Coming to you, SRH match, especially the first match, Sanchit, how do you see this? Because I mean, I think RR might not actually have any expect for. I think they won't have any player missing. I think in the first match, but other than other teams, I think SRH don't have Markram and Philip Sosa is not sure. So I think RR are at advantage, but still you never know. It's a 2020 match, you never know. But your thoughts, especially assessing about this first match?
I think yes. I think SRH will be really gutted that they will be missing the likes of Makram and even Klaasen for that matter. I think he's had a fantastic international season so far. I remember him scoring 100 a few weeks ago. He was fantastic. So I'm really happy that he's not going to play against us. But yes, I think SRH is always going to be a difficult game, especially in that stadium in Hyderabad. I remember one of the matches when Sanju scored 100, but we still lost because of David Warner masterclass. So it's going to be a very interesting game, to be very honest. But even with the likes of players that are missing from SRH, it is going to be a close game. Rohit is mentioning that SRH is always a Josh by special. Yes, Josh Butler really enjoys playing against SRH. So hopefully we get to see Josh Butler masterclass from the first match onwards. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. I would personally want us to bat second in that match because Hyderabad is typically known for its good batting wickets, especially in the initial stages of the tournament. So toss will indeed play a crucial role for that match. So I'm really excited for that match. Hopefully we get off with a winning note.
Yes. Let's get into Abhinav's comment also. 3 experienced spinners playing at SMS Stadium at some stage. Let's go to Nikunj. Do you agree with what Abhinav has said?
Actually, I was thinking about this particular thing, three spinners. Now, maybe inclusion of Adam Zampa can be a strategical thing. We never know what pitch is actually behaving at SMS right now. I need to call my Royal fans and ask, okay, what is going on up there? Because if pitch is suddenly turning and it's slow, then definitely we are playing three spinners at some stage at SMS. But we still don't know how it's going to behave actually, and let's see. Time will tell.
Yeah. I wanted to take this comment from Srinitya also. Let's get to Velu. Which team do you think is your strongest competitor? Velu.
Could you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, yes.
I think I have some network issues. Could you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Here over the comment
Hello?
section, they say, which team do you think is your strongest competitor?
Pawan, could me hear me now?
Yeah, yes, yes. We can hear you. All
I think
right. Until I think Velu sorts out, we can get into Sanchit. Who do you think will be the main competitors this time around for RR? Who could be the threats? I mean, as talking about team
Hello?
squad. I mean, yeah,
I think it's a very interesting question because if you look at the squads, majority of the teams have most of the teams actually are a good competitor for us. But if I have to name one or two, I'll go with DC. I think your team they have a really strong team even after missing the likes of Rishabh Pant for that matter. I think if you look at the top order, it is simply remarkable. And if Mitchell Marsh continues his form the way he played in the ODI series a few days ago, then I think it's really going to be danger signs for the batters, and especially the spin bowling attack of Delhi Capitals. I think it's really a remarkable one. Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel bowling in tantrum. I think that can really be the difference for Delhi Capitals this season because now since we are going to be playing home and away in different kind of cities, spin bowling will really find its groove once again, and the team with some great spin bowling options will triumph, just like how we used to see CSK doing well all those years ago. So
Right.
Delhi Capitals, I think, is one of the teams to watch out for. Apart from that, I think it has to be the big boys, MI and CSK. I mean, I know that we all love to joke about MI missing out on Bumrah, CSK still not doing well, but we never know, man. You can't really predict the likes of big boys. So these are the teams which I feel can do wonders. Even RCB has had a brilliant time in the IPL ever since 2020.
yeah.
So yeah, I think these 3-4 teams can really push on for the title in this year.
Hmm.
Thank you, Sanchit, for taking RCB's name. Much appreciated for some reasons.
Srinitya has also asked, what are your views on DC versus RR? And also want to talk about PBKs because these are the not rivalries. I mean, PBKs versus RR and then the RR versus DC also. All three are based in the north of India. So your thoughts, because these are the rivalries that RR have, and when they face off, it's like a huge, huge crowd attendance, and then it's really hyped up with both these matches, especially the PBKs and DC matches. So your thoughts on that, Nikunj?
So, yeah, DC versus RR equally a great team as Sanchit mentioned. Both spinners are equally balanced. I was just talking Ashwin, Yuzvendra. If you compare Akshar and Kuldeep, it's a good combination. And if it's a Turner pitch, then you will see some great match. So yeah, good competition overall. They will be missing Pant actually. That middle or that wicket keeping thing is a question mark for them. I don't know how they will manage it up, but yeah, it will be a great match.
Hmm. All right. So let's talk about your playing 11s. So let's get into Nikunj first. Uh, Sorry, let's get into Velu first because I have this list here. So just give me a second. I think I'm a bit stuck. Okay, we'll get into another topic before coming into that. Since I had to open my phone. One uncapped player in the overall squad that could be impactful for Rajasthan Royals this season. Let's come with Sanchit first.
Uncapped player, I think it has to be Riyan Parag, to be very honest. I think he will play a major role for us in this in this season, as mentioned earlier, and it all boils down to how we actually use him in this season onwards. So I think Riyan Parag is going to be the make or break kind of a player for us this season. And apart from that, I think Kuldeep Sen with the ball, we saw what he did in the second half of the season last year. I would really love to see more of Akash versus, as we rightly talked about earlier, but I'm not really sure how many matches he'll be getting. But
Yeah.
these are the two names which I feel who are uncapped and can play a major role for Rajasthan Royals. And maybe, and of course, I mean, how can I forget SSV Jaiswal? I mean, I can't believe he's still uncapped at this point. But
Yeah.
it's a shame that we have to call the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal as uncapped, to be very honest.
Agree.
But I don't consider him to be in the likes of uncapped player. He's a world class player, growing world class player at the moment. But
Yes,
yeah, I think these three players definitely
I
are the
agree.
people. So,
Nikunj, what about you?
So yeah, actually I was going to ask about Yashasvi Jaiswal. Is he kept? I was just thinking कि संचित ने इसका नाम क्यों नहीं लिया? So yes, Yashasvi Jaiswal comes first for me, and not only with bat. I've just seen his few videos with bowling also. So you never know Yashasvi Jaiswal rolling his arm over like Riyan Parag. So this both have a very big role coming up. Riyan Parag, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and I bet you they will also give us few overs also this season.
Belu, what about you? One uncapped and one capped player that will make impact for RR? Yes, Velu. Right, I think he has some connection issues. I think. All right. Let's get into your squads. Nikunj, first of all, you have gone with Jaiswal, Josh Butler, Padikal, Sanju Samson, Riyan Parag, Hetmaya, Ashwin Chahal, Bolt, Kuldeep Sen, and Sandeep Sharma. I think that is a very good playing 11 over there, Nikunj. And yeah, and your four impact players are Donovan Ferraria, Holder, Akash, Vashit, and Obed McCoy. Three, as you gone, you kept only three overseas in your playing 11. Any reasons?
yes.
Is it because of the impact player rule, or any other reasons for that?
Yeah, Pawan. So yeah, I was thinking a lot about my playing 11, and when I saw Sandeep Sharma getting in the squad, I was I was urged to keep him in the playing 11 because somehow I feel if we are going with only three foreign players, then we have like any time we can get a Donovan if we have some batting issues, if we want someone, if Shimron Hetmyer gets out early, so we can even bring Donovan to finish. We can get Holder if we have 2-3 overs to finish if we are batting first, and even if we are bowling first, then you can utilize Sandeep Sharma's 3-4 hours and tell him to go and rest. We have someone like Donovan batting, waiting in the bench to come up and play at number 5, number 6, even number 7. Even Jason Holder can be our impact player. So
Mm.
I'm going with three foreign players only just for this season, and I want Sandeep Sharma Trent Bowl to bowl, in tandem in for initial 4 to 5 overs, taking some crucial wickets, bowling some swing bowling. So yeah, this is my playing 11.
All right, let's get into Velu's playing 11 as well before coming to Sanchit. So he's gone batting first: Butler, Jaiswal, Padikal, Samson, Hetmaya, Parag, Holder, Ashwin, Chahal, Bolt, Kuldeep Sen. Impact players will be Murugan, Sandeep Sharma, Akash Vashit, and Navdeep Saini. Any reasons of including four uncapped players over here? Velu, your thoughts? Velu, can you hear us? All right, I think he's lost his signal. Okay, let's come to Sanchit. You're playing 11 and four impact players, if possible. I don't think you listed to me, but just by I mean, just right now you can say it. Yes.
Yeah, so basically my playing 11 is pretty much identical to Nikunj. But the only difference is I'll go with four overseas player, at least for the first few matches, because I really don't want to trust the impact player rule right from the first match onwards, because still teams will have a little bit of ups and downs with the impact player rule. Nobody's going to master it from first match onwards, so it's better you
Yeah.
play to your strengths. At least in the
Yes.
initial matches. So I'll go with the four overseas players. I'll have Jason Holder as my fourth overseas player over Ovid McCoy, and rest three, of course, are going to remain the same. I really want to experiment Riyan Parag at number 4, but I'm not really sure if RR would do that so early in the tournament. I think they will back Devdutt Padikkal in the first few matches. But if you really ask me, I would
Hmm.
not play Padikkal in my 11. To be very honest, I would have someone like Riyan Parag bat at number 4, have Sanju at number 3, And then number 5 you have Shimron Hetmaya, number 6 you have Jason Holder, number 7 you have Ashwin. So this is my top 7. If you ask me personally, I think this really gives us that solidity, and Sanju plays in his best position at number 3, being the captain, being the responsible player at number 3, and Parag plays in his ideal position. So this is the 11 that I would go personally win with. And as far as the impact player rule goes, to be very honest, I don't really have a fixed number of players in my mind.
Yeah.
But I would actually agree with what Nikunj had to say. I think Obed McCoy, the substitute players that are going to be missing, I think they will be the ones who will be there in the impact player, four or five impact players. I think Sandeep Sharma will obviously be there. I wouldn't start him in my 11. I would go with Kuldeep Sen in the initial matches because of how he's been doing in the IPL last season. So I'll go with Sandeep Sharma as one of my impact players. If you're bowling first, maybe in place like Wankhede, then I'll go with Sandeep Sharma in that bowling first kind of 11. And apart from that, DDP, if we are batting first, he can be our impact player, and the rest, I think whoever can fill the spot. So this is the 15 I would go with. I think it's really weird to call it not 11, but now a 15 going forward. So still not
Yes.
certain, but yeah, these are the possible names I would go with.
Yeah, anyways, I think they announced the playing 11 after the toss also, so anything could change perhaps due to the conditions. Coming to Rohit, do you think that GT will be knocked out of playoffs this year? Coming to Nikunj, first of all.
Actually,
Nikunj would
I
like.
thought, yeah, actually I thought this last year itself that GT was not looking so strong, but to be frank, they played really well, and Miller's form is again back. If you will see last match, he was hitting ball really well. So I doubt Hardik Pandya will let that happen, and they won't be knocked out so easily this time. Also, they have good squad and they have good balance.
What about you, Sanchit? You see GT going to the playoffs with how they are champions last season, and with the main players being retained also. Do you see GT going strong this season, or is it otherwise?
I think yes, GT. I think we all really doubted what Gujarat Titans is all about last year, and you saw how that panned out. So I wouldn't really doubt them again this season. I think they really have a good squad. I believe that they have strengthened their squad even better than what last season. I think like they're getting the likes of Kane Williamson. I'm not sure if how many matches he's going to play, but just to have that kind of a player in your side really helps to have that balance as well. So maybe he can be their impact player if they're batting first, or maybe while chasing, if they want to have someone like a Kane Williamson batting in that top order, that can be also done. So they really have strengthened from what they were last season. I wouldn't say they regressed. So
Yes.
if they can win with that squad last year, who can really doubt them this season? So I think they will really be a contender. But just like the opposite, I think even the other teams who were weak last season have improved this season. So it's going to be quite a challenge, to be very honest, not just for GT but even for the other teams as well.
Yeah. Abhinav here says emerging player of the tournament for you, Sanchit. Then we'll come to Nikunj as well. But who's your emerging player of the tournament?
I would personally love to have. I'm not really sure exactly about the rule of emerging player. I think it has to be for 14 matches. How many
Yes.
matches? Yeah. So I'm really not sure. I would love to see Kuldeep Sen being one of the contenders, to be very honest, because I really rate him as a fast bowler, and who wouldn't love a young Indian fast bowler just rising through the ranks, especially in a World Cup year and with a T20 World Cup coming up next year. Kuldeep
Yeah.
Sen can with his express pace, so I would want to see Kuldeep Sen in that contendership for the emerging player award.
What about you, Nikunj?
Actually, I agree with Sanchit. This was the first name which came in my mind when we talk about emerging player. We at Rajasthan Royals call Kuldeep Sen 150. So yeah, he bowls at that space, and he is the need of an hour for Indian team also. If he do well, he can be in the squad. We never know. Thinking about Bumrah's injury lately and other bowlers not so performing well. So yes, Kuldeep Singh.
Yeah. And let's talk about predictions right now. Sanchit, coming to you, where do you see RR finishing in the points table this season? And where do you see overall where RR is finishing? I know you guys are both RR fans. You would want RR to win, but not being biased, where actually do you see RR finishing the points table first and then perhaps the overall position?
I think I would really love Anna to go all the way this time, but somewhere I feel we might miss out on the top two this season. just because of the other squad as well. If we're being really honest with ourselves, I don't mind us finishing in the top four. So I think anything third or fourth is going to be a realistic position for RR. I think the likes of RCB, likes of DC are a strong contender this time. So I think these two teams can really push on for that top two spot. And the third place, I think it's gonna be a very interesting one. It can be anyone, but I would go with SRH this time because of because of the players that they have this in their squad. They in kind of informed players. Yes, they are missing in the starting half, but once they come back in, there'll be a whole different squad this time around. So these are the four teams that I would really love to have. Of course, having Ara there, but it can go either way. Actually, to be very honest.
Mm. What about you, Nikunj? Your thoughts?
I was thinking a lot about the top four, but I somehow feel CSK will CSK anyhow will get in the top four because this Ben Stokes, Moeen Ali, Jadeja, this trio who can bat well, who can win you any match is it's quite scary to have in that middle order. These three
Yes.
can do anything. So yeah, CSK is there maybe at fourth. I agree with Sanchit. RR at top two looks bit tough, so I will keep Rajasthan Royals at three, SRH at two, and first again GT.
Hmm. All right. So let's go to the final question, guys, before we wrap things up. So as I know, you both are Super Royal fans, are Super Royal fans. So I think there are people also watching over here. So how does I mean Rajasthan Royals fans obviously how do they join the RR Super Royal family, and what you guys do actually as a Super Royal family, like the events that you do, and perhaps Sanchit, I think you host also, I think, on their YouTube channel as well. So that experience as well will come with Sanchit. First of all, your experience of being part of the RR Super Royal family, and I mean the army, and then also hosting stuff as well. I think on YouTube as well and on social media platforms. So your intakes on that?
I think it has been a very insightful and glorious last 2.5 years with Super Royals. I think it started in July 2020. It is almost going to be 3 years in some months' time. So it has been a wonderful journey. We have learned and grew together. To be very honest, I remember speaking with Nikunj even before he was a Super Royal. I think we met on one of the shows a few months before he became a Super Royals. So the bondness that we got with Super Royals, the kind of things that we learned, as you rightly mentioned, hosting on Royals Fan TV, it really has played a major role in my individual life as well. And last season, I think it really took off to a whole different level. I mean, before that, it was still virtual. We still had to do all the content activities online. But last season, when we had to really visit the stadium, support with the fellow RR fans in your stand. I mean, if you had asked me this back in 2015 that I would be watching a match at Wankhede with
Mm.
hundreds of Rajasthan Royals fans wearing pink or wearing RR colors for that matter, I would have laughed at you. I mean, Wankhede mein, you can't really find one or two fans of Rajasthan Royals in Wankhede back in those days. But I really saw a sea of pink in majority of the matches last season. So it was really a surreal experience for me to watch how all the RR fans coming together, supporting the team, whether we won or whether we lost, and that really helped the team also to play for their fans and reach and play a memorable season going to the finals. And I hope that trend continues for this year onwards, and hopefully we get that trophy. And as to answer your last question, how can any fan join the Super Royal Army? It's a very difficult question to answer because we really don't have that luxury to pick from ourselves. I think all we can say at this point, Nikunj, is that keep supporting, keep showing your love for Rajasthan Royals on the field, or inside the stadium, uh, on social media, wherever you go. Keep flaunting your love. Keep showing, keep being vocal about Rajasthan Royals. Whether we win, whether we lose, keep showing your love for all the players, not just the big players like Sanju Samson or Josh Butler, but all the players in your side. And who knows, you might be one of the lucky ones going down the road.
Nikunj, your experience also being part of the RR Super Royals fan army. I mean, unfortunately, Jaideep wasn't there. This I could have asked him also. But your overall experience also being part of the RR Super Royals army.
So good question, Pawan. Like rarely we get chance to express our love for Rajasthan Royals and Super Royals program. So it's been almost more than 2 years I'm with them, and it's like a family. See, I'm a working professional. I work from Monday to Friday, but still, I don't know how I manage time for these things. Like I get some different kind of energy when I talk about Super Royals, when I talk to Sanchit, Rohit, Sonu. So there are many like our team. Whenever there is any activity going on, so we come up together, we do that. So it's a great experience meeting players, talking to management, watching match live from stadium. And as Sanchit rightly said, we literally saw pink army, wave of pink in stadium last year, and we hope this continues this season also. So it has been great journey, which words cannot describe much. And how can one become a super royal? So see, it was basically how much love. Like if you love Super Rajasthan Royals, just you need to show it, express it on social media platforms, get in touch with all the Super Royals. There are 15, 16 Super Royals. Get in touch, talk to them, tag everyone in and around, and show your love for every player. So you never know. It's out of our hands, but you never know you can be a next Super Royal.
I agree. Rohit also here says it's been a super journey being a SR Super Royal. It's a lot of love, care, and happiness with lots of collaborations. It's a family. Yes, I've seen that in videos last season, especially in the finals. Also, the guy, especially the owners, also having so much faith and affection towards these RR Super Royals. Even I saw it in my own eyes also last season how the RR fans were so passionate, especially their team getting into the finals after 15 years. So before concluding this, we'll get into Velu since he was not available for some time. Your thoughts, any opinion on LSG squad?
LSG has a pretty good squad. I think the Puran's addition to them might do some wonders. I think he'll play at number three, and then Deepak to come at four, and Krunal to come at five, and then the all rounders, and then Tail to come on. So I think LSG have assembled a great squad.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think we'll wrap things up over there. So thank you so much, Sanchit, Nikunj, and Velu for joining us. I think it was a great discussion. We hit over the 1 hour mark, but yeah, I mean this was a great video for me. Also learned a lot about you guys as well and your insights. So yeah, that wraps up. I think all the IPL teams, what analysis that we did covered also. So all the best to all 10 IPL teams and especially to Rajasthan Royals and to the rest of the teams. So thank you so much for all the contributions in the comment section as well. All your comments are very valuable. So please do subscribe to Sports Breakdown, like, comment, and share. And do check out Sanchit as well. I mean, the RR Super Royal family and on Instagram, the accounts Rajasthan Royals. Do follow them on Instagram so that you'll be updated. And even on YouTube as well, they do post videos and also the RR Super Royals as well. They must be on YouTube. So do subscribe to that channel as well. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. It's been a great conversation. So hope you guys enjoyed it and even to the comment section as well. So we'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much and have a good night. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Bye.